Well, hello and welcome. I'm Rebecca Pugh. I'm the minister at the First Church, Ipswich, and I'm so grateful to be together with you today. And I greet you from the church, which is right here up the hill. And I also greet you from the Labyrinth Choir, conducted by Dr. Anita Kupras. And I want to talk to you today about brokenness. And here we are at this four-way stop on the corner of Green Street and County Road here in the middle of Ipswich. And I want to tell you a story about this corner, and then I want to talk to you about brokenness. And my story about the corner is this. It's that I was biking up this hill on Saturday, coming from swimming in the creek, and my bike was a little, unwieldy. I had my suit strapped onto my waist pack, and I had my, my goggles were there, and my towel was there. I was kind of a lumpy, kind of awkward bicyclist coming through the intersection, but I stopped and waited my turn with the stop signs, and I thought it was my turn, and I was coming through the intersection when a car kind of sped up and didn't stop at the stop sign, and she was kind of coming right towards me, and I panicked. Tried to stop, tried to unclip my pedals, and fell flat on my knees in the middle of the intersection under my bike with my feet still clipped in. And all kind of a mess there. All my stuff spread all over everywhere, and my bike on top of me, my feet attached to my pedals. I was a mess. And what happened next was very moving to me, and I'm so grateful for it that I want to talk about it. It was that a woman who was walking up the hill pushing a shopping cart with a trash bag in it stopped and came into the middle of the road and picked me up. And it was so moving to be helped by her, to be held by her. It somehow transformed everything. I had been, crying, and my knee was bleeding, and I was sad, and I was very angry at the driver, and in pain, and was bringing back a different car accident I'd been in once before, and just like all these waves of strong feelings, and then to be picked up by this woman who put down her cart and walked into the middle of the road and helped me. It really changed things for me. The brokenness in my knee and my body and my heart, in my memory and my anger, all that brokenness, just her company changed everything for me. It helped. And I want to talk to you about that, about this image of the chance to be helped by the goodness of God's people, because I feel like it's what St. Francis meant when he said, help us not so much to be understood as to understand. And I feel like it's so much a part of the human condition that we get these chances to help each other. We get these chances to love each other, to receive love as well as giving it. And it's really the balm that heals the world. It's the soothing energy and grace that shifts and gives hope and mercy and love. And when Jesus took the bread and said, "This is my body broken for you, and do this in remembrance of me," remember me when you share this sacrament, he was also thinking about the presence of the human body in all of its fragileness, its frailties, and in all of its beauty and blessing. And he knew his own body would soon be going to get battered in very extreme and torturous ways, and that he would soon, when his body died, be tended to by loved ones who would hold him and put spices on his body and care for him. And he took all of that and lifted up a loaf of bread and said, "This is my body broken for you." And in that image of bodies, like the beauty of the human body, the blessing of it, the brokenness of it, the resilience of it, the chance to care for each other's bodies, he gave us this beautiful gift, this beautiful openness for us as we think about our own lives in bodies and in hope and in loss and in gain and in pain and in being comforted and in the chance to offer comfort. He gave us all of that gathered together, all of that held and loved and offered. And so today, we came today to bring you the sacrament. And I baked a loaf of bread this morning, and I've got it here in my basket. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to offer it to you and think about all of our bodies broken and blessed, loved and healed and whole. So I invite you, all of you in a human body, all of you whose bodies have longed for healing, all of you whose bodies have offered healing to another, I invite you, all women whose bodies may have been broken with eating disorders or with longing for an abortion that you couldn't get, all of you whose bodies may be old or frail and long for the touch of a blessed loved one, all of you whose bodies may be young and trying so hard and finding your ways, I invite you to the sacrament of bodies, which is what Jesus names when he says to us, "This is my body broken for you." We remember that day, how on the night that Jesus was betrayed, he took bread and gave thanks to God for it and blessed it and broke it and said to his disciples and said to all of us, "This is my body broken for you. Take and eat it, that you might know healing and wholeness and goodness and mercy and blessing and help and kindness in your body, and gentleness and wholeness." And in the same way, he took the cup and he lifted it up and he said, "This is my blood shed for the forgiveness of sins and the healing of nations. I offer you this as well, all of you who long for healing for the nations, all of you who are in grief or sorrow around the warfare of the nations, all of you whose hearts are broken for our beloved local hero, Gail Hull, who just died, or for our beloved national hero, Colin Powell, who just died, all of you sad or sorrowful around COVID infections, all of you grieving the loss of an elder, all of you grieving perhaps the loss of your own innocence. This bread, this cup, this mercy, these bodies, we are all a part of the body of the world, and it is good and whole and energetic and beautiful. And I say to you all, the bread of the world is for you. You know, it's funny because after I finished the picking myself up after the accident, after I finished being helped by this wonderful woman with her shopping cart, I was limping up the hill and still a little bit sad and mad and in pain and also so grateful for the help. And then another car drove up to me too and said, "Are you okay? Can I help you?" And I said to that last driver, "Oh, yeah, I'll be okay." But in my memory of it, I think of her. I feel so glad that she also offered me help. I feel so moved and thankful for her company and outreach. It's funny how a little goes a long way. A gesture, a touch, an inquiry. It's funny how hard it is to receive it. And it's funny then how when you look back on it, you just feel so glad, so comforted, so healed. So I'm going to hand this sacrament to Lynn, and I'm going to ask for my book back. There's the bread and the cup. Because in conclusion, I'd like to sing for you the song that was sung over the weekend at the coffee house by Olivia Gale and Colin de la Barre. The song Hard Times by Mavis Staples and Stephen Foster. I thought it would be a good conclusion as we think about our solidarity with people who are in pain how lovely too it is to have people be in solidarity with us when we're in pain, and how the broken bread of the sacrament is in solidarity with all of us in our bodies, in our pain, in our power, in our lives. So I sing for you in conclusion, Hard Times. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sip sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. Thanks be to God. Amen. Beloved friends and family, may the peace of the winding road, the noisy winding road, be under your feet. May the peace of the shining stars be over your heads. May the peace of the warm wind be always at your backs, and the deep peace of the Prince of Peace be with you, body, mind, and spirit, this day and every day. Go in peace. Amen.